I don't care how many QR codes you bloody have. It's unenforceable. There's too many people. Take a third, say 500 million said we're not having it in China. Over, gone, kaput, finished. How many would it take of the 8 billion to make this cult's imposition unenforceable? I mean, this cult, compared with the global population, is so small in number in terms of people in full knowledge of what they're doing and what the plan is, that they have to recruit from the target population for its government administrators and its law enforcement. So law enforcement, like the journalists I mentioned earlier, excuse for journalists, they're getting up every morning. Are you listening? Police officers and military around the world, they're getting up every morning, seeing their children off to school, going to work, enforcing on the target population which they come from, what this small group at the center of the cult wants them to do and wants them to impose. And then they go home at the end of the day and see their children. The very children and grandchildren that their actions every day, see COVID lockdown, see what's happening in China now, is imposing, in terms of fascism for the rest of their life, on their own children and grandchildren. And the government administrators in the local councils and the governments that are administering and forcing upon the population, or trying to, what ultimately the cult is dictating via governments. And they have kids and grandkids, and they are working every day to ensure that their kids and grandkids are going to live the rest of their lives in a level of technologically generated AI imposed fascism that is beyond anything the Nazis could even think of. And so, if you break it down, you take away the journalists that are perceptually programming the people, because they're perceptually programmed themselves. You take away, who are overwhelmingly from the target population. You take away the law enforcement, which are from the target population. You take away the government administrators that are overwhelmingly from the target population. How many of these buggers is left? And yet their agenda is being imposed on billions. Why? Because the bloody billions are letting it happen. And you know, I've said this, Brian, many times. This cult don't worry me, because ultimately it has no power. The power it accrues is the power it gets from the people in the form of acquiescence. In the form of belief in its power, the population hand over their power to it, which is the only power it ever has. Acquiescence, that's the power. So for that reason, the cult worries me less than the population. Because, you know, there's two types of people that have two mentalities that have created and allowed to manifest every tyranny in history. I don't care if it's Chinese communism or whether it's Nazi fascism, whatever. One group are the unquestioning people who take what they're told by authority and unquestioningly believe it, and then act upon what they have unquestioningly believed. They are a piece of cake, because if authority says it, they believe it and they do it. The equivalent is, it was on the BBC, it must be true. It probably wasn't then. And then you have this other group that doesn't want to acquiesce like the first group does without question, but it's terrified of not acquiescing because it says, what are the consequences for me of not doing what I'm told? Those two mentalities have been responsible for every tyranny in history, because fascism is never brought in by fascists. There's never enough of them. Fascism comes in by the acquiescence of the people to fascism, either through doing what they're told without question or doing what they're told because they fear not doing so, which leaves group 3, which has ended every tyranny in history. And that's the group that can see it. They can see they're being lied to. They can see why they're being lied to and what the end game is, and they will not cooperate with it. They say, I would rather die than accept this imposition on my life. And they are the people, the mentality, that are going to end this tyranny. If anyone is going to end it, the only people who are going to end it are those people with that mentality.
I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year is going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone. Also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?